Hey guys, today's question is design a stack with increment operation. In this question, we have to implement the stack class in which there are four functions. Custom stack, the constructor which will initialize the stack by the size, and then push and pop simple functions used in stack. Another function we have to complete is the increment function that will increment all the values till kth index by the given value VL. Okay. So let's see the example to understand it well. First example is first we call the first we create the object. So custom stack constructor will be called and the size is passed as 3. So the stack of size 3 is created. Okay, we can push 3 elements in the stack. Now then 2 times push, values are 1 and 2, so stack will be like first at the bottom and the element 2. Now we popped an element, so stack contains only 1 currently. Then we again push 2 more elements, so 2 and 3, sorry 3, this 2 and this 3 are pushed, so the stack looks like 1, 2 and 3. After that again 4 comes, but the size is already 3, so this 4 won't be pushed onto the stack. Okay. After that increment starting 5 elements by value 100, so the stack will look like 101, 102 and 103. After that another increment function is called, and till the 0 and 1 index we have to increment by 100, so the stack will look like 201, 202 and 103. Now we popped 4 times, so there are 3 elements, so the first element at the top is 103 because this was 3 in the end and it was incremented only once in this time, so 103. After that 202, after 201, and finally use this pop, there is no any element, so return -1. Okay, so simply while pushing the element we don't have to return any value, and while popping the element we have to return the element which we are popping out of the stack. Okay, so let's complete this question. Another thing that we have to take is we have to take a vector for initializing the stack, and we will also take another vector to store the increment value at every point. For example, if we push the 5 values and then incremented at index 3, after popping out last 2 elements we have to return the value by adding the increment value and the current value. Okay, so very simple thing. One second. Okay, now let's complete these functions. First initialize the constructor, so we have to take a vector and let's name it as vec, and the size will be the past max size. All elements, let's check 0 or any element, that doesn't matter. After that we have to take another global vector. Okay, so define it here, vector int, let's name it as stk, and now let's simply copy stk as vec. Okay, stk equals to vec. After that size, let's take another variable size, and we also have to take a top. Using that index we will push and pop, so top equals to -1. Now stk equals to vec, and let's declare size as the given size, which is max size. Okay. And we also have to take another vector to store the incremented values till that index, so let's take another vector int, let's name v, and also copy, and as the values are 0, so we also don't need to change the values because initially all the incremented values are 0, so v equals to vec, simply same size. After that let's complete these 3 functions. So when we push an element, the base condition, if there is no element, top equals to -1, we will simply return. Okay. sorry, if there are all, if we are pushing the element, so if the size is full, so if top double equals to size minus 1, then we have to return simply. And if it is not the case, we will increment the top and push the value at the current index. So stk top equals to x. Okay, now let's complete this pop function. So the base condition, if there is no element, if top double equals to minus 1, given in the question we have to return minus 1 in that case. Otherwise, first case, top double equals to 0. Okay, top equals to 0, what we will do, we will simply take out the value that we have to return. So int value, I'll explain why I take top equals to 0 and top not equals to minus 1 in different cases. So wait a second. So the value will be stk top plus the top index at the vector v array, which contains the incremented values, okay, till that index. Now after that, what we will do is we will mark v0 as 0, as we have moved to minus 1, so the incremented values till all the elements will be 0 again. And after that we will simply return the value that we have take. Now this increment function, what we will do, base condition, if there is no element, then we don't have to increment any value. So if top double equals to minus 1, we will return. Otherwise, what we will do, as there are two variables, min and top. Okay, so wait a second. Okay, so let's say if top is at 5 and total size is 6. Okay, but top is at 5, so we have to increment values till 5 only, because there is no element at 6. And if let's say if size is 3, okay, if size is 3 and top is so what we have to do, we need to do is at the last index, because if the top is, let's say top is 6, the size is 8 only, and let's say top is 6, but if we are incrementing the values, so what we will do is we will simply mark v of top minus 1 plus equals to v of value, because the top points at the, if the top points at third element and the increment value is given as 2. Okay, let's forget that. If the increment value is 2, that means we have to increment 2 elements. Okay, sorry, we are in the increment function. First let's complete the pop functions. Sorry, I forgot that. And now I will explain why I take top double equal to 0 in the different case and another case. So first simply write that to explain. Simply take the value as stk top plus v of top, determines the incrementation till the index. Now as we are popping out an element, let's say the size was 5 and the top was 3, we are popping the element as 3, but the second element is also incremented, because till the 3 index 3 all the elements are incremented. So we have to determine, so we will simply change that v of top minus 1 and we will add that value of v of top. Okay, let's say till 3 index the incrementation was 7, and now at the 4th index incrementation was 9. Now we popped out an element at the 4th index, so the new incrementation at the third element will be 7 plus 9 equals to 16, which is the total incrementation. Okay, that's why with that. And as we are popping out the element from pop, so v of top will be 0 again, no incrementation. And after that, as we are popping out, so decrement top and simply return value. Now in this increment, what we'll simply do is till the top index v of top, and not till the top index, let's say if top is at 8 but the incrementation is till the 3 only, then we have to increment the values at v of 2 only. That's why we will write v of minimum of top and k minus 1, and top can be 0, but if top is 0 then this value will give error, because v of minus 1 doesn't exist. That's why we took that top equals to 0 condition in another case. Well, this case, wait a second, that's why we took that bit. If top double equals to 0, then if the top is 0, this thing in different case, because if top is 0, then this value will give error, v of minus 1 doesn't exist. Okay, that's why we took this in the different case and this in a different case, because we don't need to update v of top minus 1 if there is only one element. Okay, now let's complete this function that I was writing before. So if there are, let's say if there are 5 elements and we have to increment till index 3 only, then we have to increment till v of 2 only. And let's say there are more elements, then the top, then we have to change the incrementation value till the minimum of top and k minus 1. So we will simply write v of minimum of top and the index till that k minus 1 will be incremented by the current value. Okay, now let's simply run this. Expected colon, wait a second, equals to minus 1. Let's run again. What happened? Minus 1. We have to return minus 1 and we return plus 1. Where? Wait a second. We are having an error in the pop function, I guess. So if top double equals to minus 1, we will return minus 1. If top double equals to 0, we will fetch out the value. And okay, if the top is 0, we will fetch out the value. And also we have to decrement top. I forgot to add that. Okay, now let's run this. As we are decrementing the value, as we are popping out an element, so of course we have to decrement the top. Let's submit this. Okay, so the code is accepted. Thank you for watching.